Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3 with Black Ice 9.11, and of course we're playing as Japan. I want to click on over here. I want to watch to see as we go over this as doing air superiority. So speed this up a little bit. Okay, it looks like that this is completely unoccupied. So, airborne assault. We've won the battle in Port Sudan. We've won the battle in the Central Red Sea against some French ships. Our transports are heading home. Those guys, and looks like we've had some losses, but we are ashore, and it looks like we're doing well here. Okay. Okay, these guys are going to be our best armor fighters, I think, here in this group. We have a piercing attack of only 25. Standard currently for my, I was just looking before starting this, and no, it's not a Panzerkampfwagen for Aus C. It's not our model that we have, but our standard armor unit, brigade or whatever, has a piercing attack of 34. So this is weaker as an infantry tank thing. So we have fairly good armor. We would have heavier armor than they could penetrate, so that is a good thing. So we lose the piercing war combat metric. So we're going to start moving up. Oh, we can't go. Are we completely blocked off here? Oh damn! Thought there was a path through here. Infrastructure? Am I really that messed up? This entirely blocked off? I guess it is. Man, jumping back and forth between games really does mess you up, doesn't it? Rebase to here, so that means we're going to have to do another naval invasion real soon. You come into here, so we're going to need to come up. Oh boy. I was hoping to be able to move forward. Okay, but these guys here, fortunately that's Italian territory, which means we won't be able to supply it well, but okay. It really does mess me up going between games. I thought there was a connection through here, but then I'm remembering there isn't. Okay, but there is a connection through this way, so we are dropping paratroopers down. Yay! Okay, so change of attack plans. These guys here. Okay, they're heading over to there to get involved in that fight. Okay, well, we have a bunch of units coming. Okay, transports, that is. Okay, and we have these guys. Okay, they need to get across here as soon as possible. Well, we got paras in here. We need to supply into Bandar Abbas. Create a supply. You might as well come right out of Tokyo to Bandar Abbas. Okay, we've sunk the battle cruiser Strasbourg. Very good. We basically destroyed last episode the Australian Navy. Okay, we're also, because originally we realized that there's a lot of units up here last episode, so I thought we were going to sort of occupy up here and battle down here, but that's not the case. So fairly fast unit here. Come down that way. Yes, I do know I need to get better command arrangements down here. Okay, the lesser unit comes this way. And we're going to push inward a little bit. These guys are coming back up here. We've got more units to pick up. Just standard infantry, but hey, they work. Not the best, but they work. Okay, well, they're fighting against small garrison, which they're going to win. Major victory. Battle of Darjeeling. So we get our tea. Okay, let's try this out. I don't know that we can do it, but let's try. We are battling a really hard here. Good, taking out the partisans there. Okay, acoustic countermeasures. So our escorting efficiency has improved. I think that's small. Yes, one and done. Okay. Oh, we must have got it. Oh yeah, bunch of stuff. Okay. 3 armored divisions after a fashion. Sort of what I'm considering Japanese armored divisions. Okay, so we now have more production than we need. We have plenty of supplies, really. That might not look like it. Well, we'll move to the minimum needed, but we have to do more. Okay, I've added those 2 plus a bunch of these guys down here and some heavy AT units to deal with some of the stuff. Maybe we'll get it there in time to add to some divisions in Africa. But thinking of Africa, yeah, okay, speed. Okay, we're gonna come over here. We just want the garrison brigades or garrison detachments. Where did I zip past it because I wasn't paying enough attention? Yeah, 4. Well, let's do 4 more. We'll help with that. I'm sure we'll find uses to stick those people, stick them on ports and whatnot. Try to reduce down. Okay. Where's our military police? Our Kempitai. Yeah, I do know I can sort of hit 3. Okay, so that's going to help with all of our garrisons, and we need to keep that in mind. Really good armor division there. Well, at least for our viewpoint, it's a really good armor division. More rather good infantry divisions. Really good infantry division because it has the elite light infantry added to it. But I think we could use some more in some of that vein. Okay. Trying to compare these two here, and it's looking like the specialized light infantry under current stats. Again, that's flexible by what we research is doing better, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, for the moment, mixed support. Artillery, a lot of times I've done pack artillery just because I wanted to maximize them out for like jungle and rugged terrain. I think. Note here that between the tank destroyers and the heavy AT, 8 ICs to build, shorter time period, but only 2.66 for heavy AT, and heavy AT does a lot more damage and moves at practically the same speed, though terrain effects may kick in there. But I think we're just going to go with regular reconnaissance, horse transport. One more slot for the HQ, and I'm either going to use... We have a bunch of HQs here, either use those, including the veterans and whatnot, or swap out some of the other ones. So we don't need an HQ slot here. Well, we need one open, but we don't need to produce one, I don't think. Now, do we do... we have mixed support. Do we do engineers? Or... I don't know that anti-aircraft... Don't know that we're ever going to face enough air attacks to make anti-aircraft as its own thing, because mixed support anti-aircraft here is 10 versus dedicated anti-aircraft. It's 23. Yeah, 23 is a lot more than 10, absolutely. But is that just enough? And obviously some of these other, have a little bit of anti-aircraft in them already. That contributes to it. Well, okay. Hmm. 256 days. Yeah. Oh, and that may be the big difference here. Yeah. Okay. We've done enough of those. We're just looking 200 versus the regular infantry division time-wise. So we don't want to spend 256 days on too many of those. A couple of those, yes. Now 151 days, that's 100 days less. So let's get a couple of those going too. Okay. So that's sort of the big difference, is time. Production. Okay. Radar improvement. Yes, we'll do that. We've got our radar up and starting to work here. We still yet to get an air base. How are we doing? Okay. Oh, your CAGs are all messed up. Okay. So, where do we have an air base that we can repair them at? Okay, too many there. You can come over to here. And you guys can come to here. that's critical. And that is just why I have these guys, which we're going to split. Because they need to be split, I do believe, so that they are, I would prefer not a tank buster so much as another CAG duty. Like him or him. Let's see, can we get a... We've got a bunch of these guys. Okay. So let's just hopefully get you off of there and see if we can then rebase to carrier. Good. We opened up that slot and see if we can rebase to carrier. There we go. So when they leave port, we'll have a much better operating CAGs. And we can swap that back. Okay. As needed. That's the whole point of all of that. Okay, good. We're coming across the river. Oh, come on. Fighting a garrison unit, Darwin Army base. Darwin's up here, isn't it? More? No, Darwin's over here. Sorry, Tippett and Jeff and whoever else may be watching. Yeah, I vaguely know where Australia's like. Okay, good. Yes, we got these guys. Okay, so let's... I actually have a transports waiting for these guys right up here because we're going to take this and send Shah die 1 expand, hit R because this has an armored symbol and that's what it's meant to be, an armored HQ. I don't know that the HQ is actually any different than our regular infantry HQ other than that. And so this is creating an armor, because we have an armored battalion. This is why I sort of call it a Japanese style armored division. Semi-motorized infantry, still fairly quick, not super quick. And an armored battalion instead of, you know, a full armored regiment. And he's going to become the corps commander. So we're not going to use the guy up at the top because he does have armor skills. Okay, do we have anybody else with armor skills? Yeah, I'll readily go down to 2 to get somebody starting with combined arms. I don't see the Japanese officer corps anywhere near as good as the German officer corps. Not that it's bad. I mean, hell, it's not the Italian officer corps. Well, do we have anybody with armor skills sitting around here? Or anything. But it's not nearly as flexible. I'm taking some of this just quite honestly based from my readings on the Japanese naval officer situation. There's a lot more, at least that I was able to quickly find, written in English, a lot more on the Navy than I found written on the Army. Okay, well, now I guess we're gonna do a level 0 to get the battle expert in there. Okay. Yeah, not you. Let's go down to the bottom and see if we can find another battle expert. But they really literally pound in, meaning hit you with sticks that can break, and did break bones. Pound in you obedience. And so because I'm getting that from, again, reading mostly in the naval stuff, but also they talk and refer to other schools outside of military schools. So screw it. I want these divisions to be relatively good, well commanded. Okay, what do we have here? Yeah, like him. He's maxed out. Let's give him... What is that? Swamp Fox. Okay. And this guy here. We've got some really great guys now that they've been in lots of long combats. Okay. Fortress busting in snow. I don't know that we're going to find any of either of those, but alright. Okay. Well, he was going to be the corps commander, so let's go with him. And yeah, he's all right. Okay, and we'll take this tank corps. Let's promote him up. And is that the right tank corps? No. We'll call this the 10th. God, my Japanese is so bad now. I'm trying to remember what 10 is. Jew? God, I'm embarrassing myself. I can't even count to 10 right now in Japanese. Oh, wrong one. Why did I did that twice now? Okay, I'm 10th corps. Oh, I've got to look that up. I used to know through to 10 and how to count higher. Not that I would, you know, be able to. Okay, everybody on board ship. Ship. Come to here. Is that? Or no, do we have another? Oh, we had one. Oh yeah, come to here. We base to here. We have another infantry division to pick up. Oh, yeah, okay. We've got 2 more infantry divisions to pick up. And yes, these guys are sort of destined for the deserts. Somewhere here. Maybe Iraq and Iran. I'm hoping to be able to do Australia without armored divisions. Okay, so you're going back to there. Fine, fine. Actually, no, it isn't. Okay, because we're not rebase that we're not sticking around. Good, you're pushing into there. You're pushing that way. Oh, are we not? Don't think we did. Into Mackay, is it? Mackay. How do you Australians say that? Is it Mackay, Mackay, or Mackay? I think the Scots, well, although spelled different, this is not I'm very reluctant, as you guys know, just for safety purposes, to give out my last name. A different spelling of that is one of my grandparents' names. It's a different spelling. But yeah. Like Clan Mackay. But then I've also seen stuff that makes me think with in here with 1 or 2 E's, McKee, and also McGee with a G, you know, M-A-C-G-E. So I've seen that both ways. Don't know, but I don't know how it's, because there's always correct or local pronunciations of things that are the correct local pronunciation, but are not the correct pronunciation if you read it. Not too near, but in the greater vicinity of where I live. Fairly far away at the moment, but there's a street that is locally called Juanapero. But if you were to read it in Spanish or read it anywhere else, it's Junipero, as in like Junipero Serra. But just the local Anglos read it wrong and read it as Juanapero, as opposed to Junipero. So yeah, so that's the correct. The locals, if you hear somebody say, like I say, it's not right where I live, but been around it enough, meaning in the Southern California region, been around it enough to know the locals call it Juanapero. We still have the big fleet that's taken down anything of the Australian Navy out here. And we've taken out, or battled, not taken out, but battled more of the French fleet. Okay, new industrial zone. Great, 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 great. Industry, presumably. Nope. Nation, nope. Construction, yes. And we're going to let that go. A little bit in advance, obviously. 6 months or so, but not so bad. Division HQs. So, wrong tab clicked on. Okay, and we're going to let that one go. That's not too far in advance either. I just like that reduction of time between attacks so much. So critical for the Germans. Now, see, it's not so critical for the Japanese, as we can well see here. Maybe there's a few times here that if we pushed a little bit faster, you know, if I was doing a little more micromanaging, we might be able to attack quicker than the time between attacks would normally allow us to attack, but mostly not. Mostly it's just the, you know, time it takes to move between these provinces, often low, rugged and low infrastructure levels, and especially in places like this, time between attack for us is as a variable is not meaningful. We're going to wait for a little more supplies to show up in there before we start sending them in. Very small base. Ooh, I did sort of think that was going to be an easy one to move up and get. And I was really more worried about this river as a slowing move south. But, well, Brisbane? Stop. Come up to here. Rebase. We may be doing another. Australians are really trying to do. Either trying to escape with their fleet, which I think maybe they've been trying to, or trying to move their fleet down to here, and they keep running into us and having to go back, just like here, maybe. Which looks like we're gonna have another end of a thing, but so here we taken out 4 destroyer groups and 2 liners, and looks like we've taken out another heavy cruiser. Multi Navy is doing its job. Hunting for subs. Now I did send. They're not there yet. Okay. These guys. I was sending them here, but was because I didn't see we'd had any losses anywhere. So we have losses there. So we have enemy operating there. So rebase to here, so you can do anti-submarine. The seaplane tender and the destroyer escort will be a good. No transport yet. Hopefully you're coming. Okay, there we go. Another vessel down. Wow, they're really coming up and deep into our territory here. Pound them. I'll keep going for that. I wish I had more air bases. And yeah, I probably should build some, but I keep thinking by the time they're built, like we haven't even got the one even off the ground here yet, the fight will be over. Then of course the fight isn't over, and I wish I had them. Okay, yeah, we're probably... Okay, we're gonna get across the river here, and we're starting to get some supplies in. Okay. Tank army, everybody, collect everybody, get on board ship. And we're gonna have to do this a few times. Get on board ship. Come down here. Rebase, because we're not transporting, we're picking up another one, really. You can have a day off on shore or something, or a couple days. Okay, well, I'm sorry this episode's over. I want to keep playing, so I may do that in the next episode. We're trying to keep these sessions relatively short. Hopefully that will increase viewership. Love your feedback on that or anything else. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.